Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. We kick off the show with this a huge six-woman tag team match as Tatum Paxley, the new women's champion, teams up with her best friend Izzi and Lola Rice to take on Fatal Influence JC Jane, the other girl, and Fowler and Henry in a huge six-woman tag team match. We'll get that coming up. As well as this, the commencement of the speed tournament for the women's championship, the vacated women's title, as Zaria takes on Ren St. Clair in the first round match. We'll hear from that coming up as well. And we get to this right here next week. The last man standing match, Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams. We'll get to the brawl that had started all throughout the whole entire show. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. And we're going to the Pro Wrestling Show for the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get started right here on the Pro Wrestling Show on what went down. We kicked things off with this huge six woman tag team match. Fatal Influence takes on Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame and Lola Vice. Well, Fatal Influence wanted to get some payback at last week at the JC Jane felt like she's feeling unappreciative after she took her frustration out on Lola Vice and Izzy Dane and everybody you can think of, and she said herself she wants to make sure no one don't forget about her. She had to go through and stuff like that. So she's putting up the gauntlet, and she did so tonight by making an example. And she did make an example, as you see right here, as you saw. Like wow, that went down tonight, as well as what went down. You can see that all that went down. What the hell TNA doing on first? As you see right there, um, we saw it. Fatal Influence mean business and Fatal Influence wants some gold back. Fatal Influence, Lacey Jane wants her belt back one way or some shape or form. You gotta do what she got to do. Or to do what she got to do. So we'll see what JC Jane is gonna do next. Well, we see a new look, a new attitude from Keanu Jordan. Keanu Jordan says she's sick and tired of being nice. She wants to be mean. They had an attitude. Keanu Jordan saying she don't get why Cody. She didn't get why they Mysterio all have to cheat to do what they got to do to keep their titles. And saying what she did last week was justified, and she felt like, oh, but y'all can get reward Dirty Dumb and what's up and Cody Rhodes after what I had to do. Well, she proved a point earlier after she got confronted by General Manager Ava. Ava, the general manager, confronted her and told her she gonna be going against Tamara May Steele, the LFG champion. And she did. She did, and Keanu Jordan pinned Tamara May Steele with ease with that RVD diving moonsault. And she did, and she pinned her. And Tamara May Steele, oh, it wasn't bit. Well, Keanu Jordan got the victory, but Keanu Jordan didn't like this. And Santino made the announcement to inform her that she's going to be defending her championship against Jordan Grace, and I think the other chick, I think what's her name? Forgot her name. From she used to work, but she's gonna defend her title in a triple threat match. She did not like one bit. I think Keanu Jordan's gonna really have to show who she really is. I can tell you that right now. Well, we get to this right here. The first round of the Speed Championship. Zaria taking on Ren Sinclair. Zaria made easy work of Ren. Pinning Ren. 1, 2, 3. Zaria getting herself advancing to the finals. Zarya will meet whoever win the next week's match between Fallon Henry and Skylar from LFG. So look forward to seeing that match as well. Who's gonna get this opportunity for the for the Speed Championship? We'll see. It won't be pretty. I can tell you that right now. It won't be. Well, Brooks Jensen was in action as well. Brooks Jensen took on El Americano in a match. El Americano is the current speed champion. El Americano pinned Brooks Jensen with the help of his goons. His goons helped him to get him to where he needed to be. El El Camaro, El Cano, El Americano getting a lot of goons inside, but he did so. But Brooks Jensen did try to rip that mask off. Just wasn't enough. But Brooks Jensen fell a little bit too short tonight. I can tell you that right now. Brooks Jensen didn't know how to get the job done, but he lost to El Calamari. Also, too, Scops was in action against Javon Evans. Javon Evans with ease pinning one half members of Dark State. Javon Evans getting his victory tonight. Javon Evans doing the same tonight as he did for the night. Well, we know next week. Next week will be the match. The next week's main event will be Ricky Saints defending the NXT Championship against Trick Williams, the former champion, in a last man standing match. We know that last week was so chaotic that both Trick Williams and Ricky Saints couldn't get their hands apart from each other. As the Ricky Saints put Trick Williams through the NXT post. I tell you that this last man standing match is going to be that next week. These two men can't stand each other, can't hate each other. I'm surprised it's not loser leaves town match. You'll know who losing, who will be leaving. But I tell you that right now. Trick Williams vows to become NXT champion once again. Well, Trick Williams and Ricky Saints had a face-to-face interview to separate them, but these two men couldn't wait that long. Both men tried to attack each other. Trick Williams got the upper hand by attacking Ricky Saints with that pole, leaving Ricky Saints out. Ricky Saints showing his himself and doing what he did tonight. Trick Williams got the upper hand to Ricky Saints. I think Ricky Saints going to have to really bring it next week if he wants to beat Trick Williams. This is going to be the matches that everybody's going to see coming up as well. So we'll see how this is going to go. Trick Williams getting the upper hand. We'll see next week if Trick Williams can regain the championship for a third time in a last man standing match. But that showed you last week, Trick Williams and what's his name? Ricky Saints really want to attack each other, and that's the opportunity to attack each other next week. They get their hands on each other. See how this is going to go. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Let's move over to the Heat Chat Wrestling Hot Topics. I want to talk about this. We had one more. Sorry about that, folks. This right here, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page finally won the Triple A Mixed Tag Team Championships, celebrating, but the celebration got cut short after Joe Henry came out there to say he wants a match for the Mixed Tag Team Championships, but the champions were kind of confused, like, who are you going? It's just me and Chelsea. Ethan thought that Joe Henry wanted a shot in the North American Championship. Joe just wanted a shot at the Mixed Tag Team Championship. Until little did you know, Thea Hale came out. I didn't even know who was coming out there. I was trying to think, but then I said, oh, that makes sense. Thea Hale coming out there. So Thea Hale and Joe Henry forming a team together. They're going for the Mixed Tag Team Championship from Triple A against Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green gonna have their work cut out for them. I can tell you that right now. We're looking forward to seeing that when we will see that, when it will be official. Probably at Gold Rush, since they got all the gold stuff online. So this is going to be an exciting Gold Rush to see. So next week, Gold Rush. Well, well, it'll be in 2 weeks for Gold Rush. So we'll see. Uh, NXT November 18th, y'all. So we'll see how that's going to go. So, well, we go right here to we go right here to this. Rich Holland made a long a sad post. Let's look what Rich Holland had to say. So I never thought I would be able to pay my mortgage. I felt like I just been hung up dry after getting injured, working for another company on behalf of WWE. Add to my contract not being renewed that I would be arrested for 7 months. This is brutal. Yes, they are taking care of the surgery and the physical therapy, but let's be honest, that's the bare minimum after what we sacrificed with the company, plus the possibility of having getting my neck fused. Talk about getting totally, you know what? Woo! Rich Holland sending that message to WWE at the he saying he's struggling with his mortgage. That's I hate to hear that, and I hate to hear someone say that what they're going through and stuff like that. Hopefully, people will perhaps start a GoFundMe or something for his behalf because you never want to see nobody struggling, not even your enemies and stuff. You want people to thrive, but if they don't want you to thrive, something is wrong mentally. They have mental illness and stuff. So hopefully, Rich Holly gets some help he needs. Let's see. Tomorrow, don't forget, we'll have AEW Dynamite Ring Report, the Advantage Battle. I don't know why they even want to start that. Advantage. They just had one match. That's it. Not two, three, six matches. Just to get 2 out of 3 out of nothing and stuff. It really don't make sense, but like I'm serious. Scheme of things. So we'll see this tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report coming up tomorrow. So look forward to seeing that as well. Also, too, don't forget, next week will be the Speed Championship. As you'll see, Fallon Henry taking on Scarlett Henry for LFG. Which one of these two women will advance to meet Zarya for the Speed Championship final, perhaps for Gold Rush? We'll see how that's going to go down. And plus, next week, the NXT Championship decided in the last man standing. The only way to defeat your opponent is by the talent 10 that your opponent is decapitated or cannot barely get up by the count of 10. And which one of these men, Trick Williams or Ricky Saints, will be able to do that? We'll see next week. All right. We're going to leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show here on the NXT Ring Report. Thea Hill and Joe Henry making a splash. They're tag team partners to take on Chelsea Green and Ethan Page for the Triple A Tag Mega Mixed Tag Team Championships. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.